I lost my mother when I was almost 4. She died as a result of my birth. So somebody really died so Mary Lou could live. And as a little child, I always remember saying, thanks Mom for giving me life. And I think that early interruption, which wasn't a good interruption to lose your mother, but I look back now at my ministry as a bereavement minister and thought, boy, way back then, 70 some years ago, God might have been preparing me for the exact place I'm in today. And then when I fell in love and was going to marry Jim, everything looked like it was going to be beautiful, and they found a hole in my heart, and there was another interruption. I couldn't be married unless I had open heart surgery, and that was the 60s, and nobody was having open heart surgery. So again, it was that interruption in what I thought was going to be the let's get married and have some kids and have a nice little marriage forever. And so having experienced that open heart surgery also helped me prepare for ministry as I look at it now, because I'm constantly telling people, before you receive any sacrament, you have to look at your heart. Before any couple gets married, look at your heart, because we all have holes in our heart. They just look a little different than mine did, So I keep thinking of all those interruptions. As Sister said, it called me to a greater holiness, if I will, or becoming more whole in the eyes of God. And then marrying Jim, and just 7 years after a marriage, he suffers a massive stroke, and he would never walk or talk again. And it was a huge interruption in life at that moment. I had 4 little babies and a husband who couldn't walk or talk, and yet I wouldn't trade that for anything, because I think the goodness that we found in unconditionally loving one another was here's a God who unconditionally loves Mary Lou and unconditionally loves Jim. And I could understand that even better, because I could unconditionally love Jim and he could unconditionally love me. So I think it kind of goes back to our very beginning of what is God's plan, and I think that's for us to learn to love and to be in communion with one another. I think you nailed that on the head when you said that, to be in union. And boy, does our world need that today.